And record.
Right.
Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all, Best Caroling Song.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it.
You know what?
You're right. We got this.
Happy 200th episode, Mark.
Wow. Happy 200th episode,
We've done
Hal.
200 of these things.
Holy moly. 200 hours of us talking.
Yes, if only it were just 200 hours. But it's so much more.
But for our 200th episode, we should really do something special.
It's three things today.
Okay.
200th episode. Check. Christmas.
That's right.
Check. And the finale of Wort Juice December. Also check. That is a thing.
That's a thing.
You're looking at us very confused, but you accept it.
Was it the word choice? Like we could have come up with like Rocktober,
Yeah.
like our version
It's
of something
really
like
bad.
It was just a term that I'd never heard before.
That's fair.
That I was forced to make sense of. And guess what? I got there.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the voice of Paul F. Tompkins.
Yeah! Pew, 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 pew.
Who has just ruined his own home by shooting guns into the air. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Look.
That was his mouth.
I love guns and I love my mouth. And I shoot them both off frequently.
No. We are here today to talk about, the topic is best caroling song. Now, this is a very specific thing.
That's right.
This is not the best Christmas song,
No, which I already know what that is.
which is,
My personal pick, Oh Holy Night.
Oh, okay.
on this list. A wonderful song.
It could be a double win for you then.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
It's a difficult song
Okay.
to sing. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
But it's not the best Christmas song, and there are songs that I've left off this list. So, I was searching today, to come.
Creep by Radiohead.
Yes, did not make the cut.
Odd.
All of Weird Al, because it was already other songs
That's right.
before, did not make the
The
cut.
alphabet.
Yeah.
Not on here.
Achy Breaky Heart. Barely.
No, that's on here.
Barely didn't
Yeah.
make it. Oh, there it is.
It
barely didn't
Barely
make it.
didn't make it.
Yeah.
Barely.
That's what they told me about college. You barely didn't make it.
You went to college?
I did go.
Did you graduate?
I did.
Do you have a degree?
I do.
Holy moly.
I have a college degree.
Do you, Hal?
I do.
Big college dropout, guys.
I know from your stand-up.
Yeah.
I've heard these stories.
I don't have a mortar board or anything.
You can just get a mortar board.
They won't let me.
Well,
you're not
They have
allowed.
to see my diploma.
They have your picture up on the wall if you try to
That's
go in
right.
there. No
You
checks.
Do not give
no
mortar
mortar
board to
Yeah.
this man.
What do you think Mark's major was? What do you think Mark has a degree in? What do you think I have a degree in? Just curious.
Oh. Yours has to be theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be.
It has to
Yeah.
be. I've been a theater nerd since I was 5.
Hal.
Ooh.
I want to say yours is a weird thing like marketing.
How do you know that? Have we
Weird
discussed that
thing
before?
like marketing.
Isn't marketing weird?
It is marketing. It is very weird.
Thank
It
you.
means nothing.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
I pieced it together from context clues from knowing you so long.
That's true. We have known each other a very long time.
I don't think we've ever come right out and talked about our college careers.
Seems odd that we haven't. We've glossed over that after all this time. That's right. And now we're here to get into it. Forget Christmas carols.
We're
We're going to talk about best college majors.
Yeah.
best college majors.
Yeah.
Communications. Number one with a bullet.
Liberal arts.
How many of the Work Juice players do you think we have more college graduates than not? I think that we do.
I think so.
So
I think we do.
Craig for sure.
Craig for sure.
Jackson for sure.
Calvin College.
Yes. The well-known Calvin College.
Busy?
Busy?
I just read her
Maybe?
book. I think she graduated college.
I read her book,
No.
and I don't know if she went. Yeah, she went to Loyola, right?
Yeah, because was it Loyola? It
Yeah,
was weird because she
LMU.
started working at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. She went to school in Playa del Rey in Westchester.
But
yeah.
I believe that she finished. Yeah.
Yeah.
Autumn Reeser.
Yes.
Yes.
Molina.
Yes.
Molina
UCLA, I
must
think.
be.
Molina, yes.
Yeah.
He went to Yale.
Yale.
That's
right.
Drama school.
He's a
Ooh,
Yaley.
Fancy pants. Did you call it drama school? Have you been hanging around Canadians?
That's fun. I have been hanging around Canadians. Pinata.
Yeah. Go out for pasta.
I think, is it just me and Padgett? Me and Padgett are the only dropouts?
You guys are great. I've never held it over you that you two are not college graduates, Paul, if that's what you were worried
does
about.
seem like you're trying to reassure me.
Yeah.
You guys are great. You're great.
Yeah.
Well, how many of the Work Juice players went to college? Did you guys go to college? I'm not obsessed about this college thing.
You know what's funny? I don't think about it that much, but then it's sometimes strange to me to think about people that I know now that I didn't know then. Mm-hmm. Like imagining us at that age is weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is.
Like going to college and all the college things that go with that. Cause I was there for
all the terrible choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there for a very brief period.
What school were you at?
Temple University.
Temple University.
Temple owls are everywhere.
Was that how they did the morning announcements?
That's the morning announcement.
Are you sure you didn't just go to a second high school?
I might have just go to a second high school.
Attention, college students. They don't do that. That doesn't happen.
Look, my entire school was in one converted elementary school. So, the theater school was an old beat up, Catholic elementary school in the middle of Chicago.
What school was this?
This was DePaul, the theater school at DePaul University.
Really?
And after I graduated, they built a giant new theater arts center.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nice.
Oh, it's lovely. My tuition money paid for it.
And you never got to, you didn't even get a taste of that. Yeah.
You didn't get to wet your beak.
Yeah. Get your beak in that college theater.
You know what? You're right, guys. I'm going to go back. Be like, put me in Noises Off right now.
Was that a show that you
Of
did?
course it was. The official play of college.
Is it?
Noises
That's
Off.
the official
Noises
play of
Off and
college?
Antigone for the Smarty Pants.
Oh, yeah.
They all do Antigone.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
The official play of college.
But we're not here to talk about official plays of college.
We just did. It's
Yeah.
done.
We did. We're done with that. We're here to talk about the best caroling song. So I poured over this, as many different aggregators of Christmas lists of songs that I could find today. And the ones I found are, specifically caroling songs. And the criteria that I used for this was songs that are designed to be sung by a group of people of all ages. So not a classroom of kids, or one person making a recording. Like some of the greatest Christmas songs of all time are not on this list. White Christmas is not on this list.
All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah.
All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey, or, the new Ingrid.
Christmas alphabet.
Yeah.
The Christmas alphabet.
Dominic the Donkey.
Right.
Did not make the cut.
Dominic you know what? I'm putting Dominic the Donkey on there just for my Italian brothers and sisters.
Sure. That's a good
Doc.
way.
What's that one? Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hang up your sock, cause just exactly at 12 o'clock, he'll be coming down the chimney
It's
down.
a weird song.
Yeah.
He'll be coming down the chimney down.
Yeah.
It's a weird song. Hickory, did they say Hickory Dock? What is
Yeah,
the
they
nonsense
do.
thing?
And they're like, soup da do. It was definitely written by somebody who always has a cigarette between their pointer and middle finger.
Do you think some placeholder lyrics got in there in the final draft?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of scatting.
I was supposed to. I shouldn't have set that off
Yeah.
yet. Silence for the cuckoo.
Ooh, there's a cuckoo.
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock.
That's right.
I was hoping that would go off.
recording. And
It's really-
just about halfway through the cuckoo. And he's
long
letting
does
you
he
know
go?
that it is 9 o'clock.
He does it 9 times?
He will chirp for each hour.
Ooh.
That is represented by the hands of the clock. So 9 p.m. it is. Thank you, cuckoo. We'll see you again at 10.
I think he's always watching. He doesn't go behind doors.
No, he doesn't go behind doors.
Yeah, it is a little jarring that the
Yeah.
cuckoo, there's no doors. It's the hole on the bird feeder outside. Just
That's right. In
peeking
case of
out.
emergencies.
Yeah.
He's always vigilant.
Sure.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, cuckoo.
Thank you for your service, Cuckoo. His name is Cuckoo?
Yeah.
For right now. Let's say yes.
Never learned his name.
Oh,
no.
So did you ever try to figure it out? Do you just call him Chief?
Yeah, I would like introduce my wife. And say like, cuckoo, this is my wife, Janie.
Yep.
And then, he would just say hi. Or
no.
cuckoo,
Right.
depending on what the hour was.
Yeah.
Sure.
If it was 2 o'clock, you'd say Cuckoo.
That's right.
Right. But you introduced her at 1.
Yeah, that was my big mistake.
Well, sure.
What is legitimately the longest you've gone without addressing somebody by their name because you
either forgot it or you're not sure how they
years.
like to be addressed.
Years and years.
There are people absolutely that I will see again soon whose names I do not know.
It's Mark and Hal, for the record.
Yes. And I know which is which.
So does that seem like a fair way to look at these songs?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So there are a lot of them on here. We have a list in front of us. We have a list that is in alphabetical order, but it might behoove us to bounce around that some and look
See
at
how the behooves go.
All right.
What are we looking for here? Is it a song that I was thinking about this a little bit. I feel like a good Christmas caroling song is one that works if everybody sings the melody together, but also works really well with harmonies.
Well, here's the thing. Do we want to include is the idea songs that people with varying degrees of musical talent can sing together?
I think 100% yes.
Yeah.
So this is like anyone can get together in a group of carolers, show up at a door.
Right.
Bing bong, your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Maybe you thought you were getting a delivery.
No. We're just going to sing at you.
It's the opposite of you getting to open a box. It's us. You don't know if you're supposed to give us money. You don't know what's supposed to happen now.
Did you ever go, when you were growing up in Mount Airy,
Yes.
Pennsylvania?
That's right.
The Philadelphia neighborhood.
That's right.
Just to give everybody context. Were there a lot of carolers in the neighborhood? Or did you go caroling?
No.
Not in that. No.
I feel like in high school it was a thing because I was in the drama club and I feel like there might have been a group that was going to do it, but stuff like that from a performer perspective, and I think you guys will be able to relate to this. There are some things that you have no problem being on stage, people looking at you, whatever. Then there's other things that are technically the same type of thing, but you feel embarrassed to do.
Yeah.
Like anytime you have to give a speech, like if you have to give a speech at a wedding or something like that, it's a totally different kind of attention it makes me feel like a small child. And
Really?
Christmas caroling is a thing like that of like having to, be there, you're holding music or whatever and you're singing. I don't know. There's something about it that feels very, naked and unguarded to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is part of it that, you can think of an audience as one monolith? It is an audience.
Yeah.
As opposed to this is my neighbor,
Yes.
Jim.
Yeah.
This is,
So much of it is lighting. Like,
Yeah.
being on a stage in front of a sea of dimly lit faces is like, you're not really focusing. I mean, you will see somebody sometimes and you'll kind of like, you have to look away because you don't want to be, transfixed by a certain person because they're wiggling their foot or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to look out at sort of the middle distance of a crowd, where you're seeing over the heads of the people in the front and just into that sweet, like twilight mass is the best.
Yeah.
But to be on someone's doorstep and they're standing there and they're
with
looking
their
at
kids
you,
standing next to them going, how long do we have to stand here?
I also feel like, okay, full disclosure, guys. I just came from the Tam O'Shanter.
Sure.
This is a restaurant here.
A delicious
in
restaurant.
Los Angeles in the neighborhood nearby. At Christmas time, they have Dickensian carolers going from table to table and they take your requests and then they sing a song at you. And it's 4 people.
Wow.
That are singing and looking at you and making eye contact. And I can't look at them.
Yeah.
And I can't look at them.
Full costume.
They're in full costume.
Yeah.
They're in full costume.
So is
And they have
this,
their patter and stuff like that,
is this a trigger topic based on
Here's
the
the thing.
hour that you had?
I have such a weird relationship with it because I like that it exists. I like it when they're singing at other tables.
Yeah.
There is something about the closeness and I don't know where I'm supposed to look.
Yeah.
I can't just look at them while they're singing.
Well,
it feels too intimate.
Yeah.
For a
It's intimate.
performer, the anonymity of an audience is nice.
Yeah.
But also for an audience member, the anonymity of an audience
That's exactly
is nice.
right.
Yes.
When you go to a place where there's too much light on the audience, it's the worst because you feel in the audience, you feel exposed. And that's part of the deal is that the lights go down. You're this anonymous person in there. You're there to be entertained. The person on stage is not trying to entertain you specifically. You know, it's a nice arrangement. And so that kind of thing in a brightly lit restaurant where there's 4 people that are singing and they're looking at each other and they're harmonizing, but then they're also looking at you. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Right.
I do it every year, by the way. I go there every year, multiple times. Right. Over the course of this month.
Because you feel like they have an expectation of what you're supposed to do also. Mm-hmm. Like there's a rule of engagement there that you're okay, you're singing to me.
Yeah.
There are 3 or 4 of us at this table.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, am I supposed to clap for you? Am I supposed to nod?
We do clap
smile?
at the end. Here's what I do. This is my MO. Is I sort of look down and I nod in time to the music and I have a smile on my face. And then I express my enthusiastic enjoyment of it once the song is over.
That's great.
Right?
Yeah. And that is more comfortable for the performers as well.
Yeah. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
Yeah. As a guy who worked at Disneyland for a long time, performing at people in broad daylight.
Who weren't expecting it.
Who were not expecting it frequently.
Who's this guy now?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh goodness, he's the mayor of something.
He's not from a movie.
Yeah. So I can appreciate a person who's like, yep, I don't need to be involved. I just want to lay back and anonymously watch the show.
Yeah. And I also just want to listen, to the, because especially when of course they're doing harmonies and, when that's happening, it's pleasurable to listen to the blend of voices rather than look at them. Cause they're going all out, guys. They're like the faces and everything.
Oh yeah.
Like they're selling it, and they're in the whole get up and everything. Like you have to.
It also is a weird job.
Yeah.
That's a weird job. It's a weird seasonal job. I think I would feel partially, and this is me entirely go, you don't really want to be here. You're having to put too much energy to get something out of me you will never get. I can't give you like I'm going to sing along and I'm looking at you. I would be the same. I would sort of look away and
I disagree.
be appreciative.
I'll tell you, go ahead. Sorry.
I think they totally want to be there.
Absolutely.
So?
Yeah. I'll tell you this, knowing the backstage things that I know from working at Disney and Universal, that pool of, singer performers every year and roughly October, they all staff up with, carol companies because it's great money.
Maybe you can settle an argument for me because my dinner companion and I were wondering, because he saw a group. There's a couple groups at the TAM each night that they're working at the same time because it's a big restaurant, so they're covering various rooms. And I think like at the height of when it's really busy, like tonight was packed, and I think they might have 2 or 3 groups working at the same time in various rooms. So my friend saw one of the groups of 4 arrive. They all got out of a van together, and they were all already in costume getting to the Tam O'Shanter. I think they own their stuff, and they don't just like rent it each year because they definitely do it every year. And it's like if you're a musician and you play like live gigs, you have a tux because you might end up having to do like a formal thing.
Sure.
And so you're not going to rent a tux every time. You're just going to have it in your closet. If these guys know they are doing this every year, and they are doing it every year.
Sure.
They're like, well, I'm going to buy a hat that fits rather than have to rent one every time. You know what I mean? I'm going to get my own top hat, my own, crazy gown or whatever.
You invest.
Do you have any insight into that, Mark?
I know that there are large companies that do this. And
that outfit the people every year.
That is, they are dispatch.
Right.
So the quartets that are going to the TAM, they may also have quartets going to an office Christmas party at some building down the street.
Yes.
So they have, 25 singers that can comprise several quartets. And
wait. 25. They're missing somebody.
Well, they have a sub.
Or they have one too many.
One
person who just sits on a bench.
6 quartets and a sub.
One alternate.
I'll tell you this.
They're definitely
You want to talk subbing?
Sure.
The greatest job at Disneyland, if you know enough shows in the park, the greatest job at Disneyland is swing. Because your job is I was a swing for a little while there because I knew 5 shows in the park. That was the rule. If you knew 5 shows.
Right.
And I would go and arrive in the morning and I would get breakfast and I would sit in a dressing room. And if someone fell and broke something or got sick or had to leave early for whatever reason, I would jump into the rest of the day's shows. But there's always someone on staff so that the shows don't go down.
How often were you called upon as a swing performer?
You'd be surprised. Like, there was rarely a day that I did absolutely nothing as a swing
Right.
performer. Frequently, you would also just go in and swing people out for a show to like give someone who'd been working like 5 days in a row. You're like, let's give them a break for a show, or
Right.
you know what I mean?
What on the days where you would do nothing?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do?
Ride rides. I had my cell phone on me.
So you could just go wherever you want.
Yeah.
Just go ride rides.
I was at Disneyland. I just go ride rides all day.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize.
No apologies. No apology necessary.
I thought maybe you're just like looking at your phone all day. Of course, you'd ride rides. I apologize.
Yeah.
I want to back this up, your story up a little bit. Back it up. Because I'm very interested in this van that brought the people there. Was one of them driving it, or was it like a van that pulled up?
Or were there
like,
horses?
and they
That
popped out?
that I don't know. I don't know if I'm assuming one of them drove it. And I also imagine these people are doing back-to-back gigs like all day.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're at some mall or they're here or there, some party, and then they come to the
Bar
TAM.
mitzvah, yeah.
You know, and they get, I'm glad to hear that they get paid well. I would imagine they would.
Yeah.
Because it's a regular thing and they all seem to be happy to be doing it. And they also make tips.
Yeah.
And they're skilled. It's a
It's a
skilled.
skilled job.
It's a skilled
Yes, it is. And
It is not that any skill level version of Christmas caroling.
here's my one note for these guys.
Okay.
My one note for these groups.
Don't look you right in the eye.
No, look, that's my fault.
That's fair.
I knew what I was going to do. I can avoid that restaurant.
What is your one thing?
Please get a binder that looks like an old timey book. Because they all have binders with the songs. Like what? This one group tonight was like, "Hey, our binder's red." Like, okay,
Yeah.
great.
There's one with like 1980s Ferrari Trapper Keepers.
Yeah, exactly.
It can't be that difficult to like just get a fake old book
Yeah.
to put your songs in.
All right.
Right? That's fair.
Hey, speaking of songs.
Yeah.
Speaking of songs. Let's take a look at some of these songs. Now, most of these are traditional songs. Like I said, there's not a lot of the kid songs that you think of, Frosty and Rudolph and all those. And though I have caroled with those as a kid. You know, our school, our choir would go around at Christmas time and carol.
People like those songs. I think those songs suck.
That's fair.
Right? They're for kids.
They're for kids. They're
and
not.
they should only be heard by kids.
Yeah.
I don't know how we arrange that.
He runs away with his fingers in his ears whenever they come on.
It's like a frequency thing, like when you try to get kids away from the 7-Eleven by using like a dog whistle.
Yeah. Record them at kid frequency.
So I'd like to divide this up into a couple of different sections, if I may.
I'll allow it.
Thank
But
you.
Watch yourself, counselor.
One of them is I'd like to start with traditional songs. So, 1833, a man named William Sandys, Sandys, I don't know how you pronounce that. He did the first compilation of Christmas carols, English language Christmas carols.
Now that's what I call Christmas Volume 1.
Right, exactly.
Little did he know.
Exactly. Little did he know. There's so many volumes now. And so he was the first one to compile these. So I'd like to first look at some of the songs that came before.
I'm sorry, compile them in what way? Like
Compiled them, he
to
released-
make a he released
He published a book.
Oh wow. Okay.
And actually the book that he published, I went through and it says introduction. And that's on page I. You know, there's always the Roman numeral pages.
Yeah, sure.
And then the first song was on page 1. What it does not tell you in the introduction, or in that table of contents is that the introduction in a 335 page book, the introduction ends on page 146. So that is how long this man's Roman numeraled introduction to this book is.
And it's got 3 songs in it?
Yeah. It was exhaustively researched, and
that's a book. That's not an introduction.
Yeah, that's the whole book. And
It's a
also,
book, like when they came with a record, like you had when you were a kid, that had some music in it.
and he also, I love that. We used to get those in the newspaper. The
You
record,
got records in your news, like
the little floppy records. Like there was a Toucan Sam one I remember that came
getting
out.
a Mad magazine.
Yeah.
Oh.
So in 1833, he created his first compilation of these. So I'd like first to look at some of the songs before that, which would be The First Noel, I Saw 3 Ships. Keep looking for, now I'm trying to do this on the fly, looking at these pages.
That's Silent Night.
No. Silent Night was
early?
much later.
Too early? Okay.
He also, the God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, which
banger.
A great,
That is a banger,
great
yeah.
song. And then there were some other,
Deck
older
the
songs.
Halls, 1862.
Deck the Halls was much later. Yeah.
Wait, what year did you say was this?
1833 was William
1833.
Sanders.
Silent Night is 1818.
Damn.
Yeah. How you like that? You're hoisted on your own research.
All right. Well, we'll look at Silent Night now as well.
Yeah,
These
we
are-
will
this
look
is-
at Silent Night now.
Why are you mad at me?
I don't know.
Inexplicably, pointlessly mad. All right, you're right.
I've been holding this in for 199 episodes. Now it's all
All right,
Is
so
it me? Do I bring this out in people?
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
you
I'm
do.
sorry. So you also have "Oh Christmas Tree," which is a traditional German folk song. The reason "Silent Night" was not included in William Sands, whatever how you say his name. Sandys.
Let's choose
Bill
the most-
Sandys.
Let's choose the most fun
Yeah,
pronunciation.
Sandys.
Bill Sandys.
Because he was collecting English ones, and "Silent Night" was a German song.
Yeah,
We'll get to
racist,
"Silent Night" because I
racist.
think it is going to be a big contender in this.
Okay.
Would be my guess. So you've got all of these traditional songs. Do any of these older ones pop out as real contenders? Now, it was the 19th century is when they really started publishing Christmas songs and everybody
Yeah.
started writing them.
Like the first Noel, I think is a good one for everyone being able to sing it, but still has some dynamics to it, but gets repetitive and it can become annoying, I think, because there's more lyrics to it than you think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I immediately think of the part where it says Noel. Like it's just too many.
Yeah.
And then there are more verses than you need.
Yeah.
But it repeats itself ridiculously.
Oh, I remember in church, like going to midnight mass where it would be, how many verses of this are we going to sing? Because
Oh, yeah.
you would look in the book and there was like 10 verses
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
all the same.
It goes on forever.
Yeah.
And you know that you try to sense in a Catholic mass, you try to sense if they're slowing down at the end of a song and you're like, are they slowing? Nope. Okay. We got one more verse. It's the equivalent of the bracketed passages. You had the bracketed passages
Yes,
in your missalette.
absolutely.
And you're like, if he says the word this,
that means
then I'm going to be here for much longer.
I also think that the first Noel has some clunky phrasing. They look it up and saw a star.
And it's look it up.
And saw a star rising in the east beyond them far.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mess.
It's a little lazy.
Yeah. It's a first draft song.
Yeah,
Sure.
they're just trying to fit the meter and they're not doing
Yeah.
it well.
Yeah.
So some words are stretched out, other words, yeah.
You know what?
it's too much.
Here's what I think. I think that it was a songwriting partnership. The one guy wrote the music and the other guy wrote the lyrics. And then one day the lyrics guy said, "Hey, just for fun, why don't I write the music and you write the lyrics?" And he's like, "Yeah, no problem. I could do that."
And that's the one that stuck.
Yeah. To both of their chagrin.
All right. Let's look at some of these other older songs. "Oh Christmas Tree," probably not going to be the winner. Not the most exciting of songs, though sung by Charlie Brown's
Vince Guaraldi Trio.
the Vince Guaraldi Trio.
It's a lovely song.
It's
It
a
actually has
beautiful
a
song.
lot going on, but yeah, it's not super dynamic.
Yeah.
But it really is a lovely melody.
While we were talking old songs, we've also got around the year 1700 attributed to King John IV of Portugal. "O Come All Ye Faithful." King John IV, I did not know anything about until researching this. Big music buff, that guy.
Adeste Fidelis.
Adeste Fidelis in Latin.
I feel like this song is a really good song.
Yes.
Both versions, English and Latin, even though it's the same melody over and over and over again. It's a lot of fun. It's got that when it gets into the chorus, it's really a lot of fun. And the lyrics I think are great. I think they're great to sing.
I love this song.
Fits
I think
the
it's a lot of fun.
meter.
I would get
It's
excited in Catholic church when this would be one of the ones.
Yeah, me too.
You would look at the wall and it would have the numbers, and then you'd look in the
Yeah.
missal and you see which songs were going to be the Christmas songs that year.
That's right.
That was always one on the list.
We had a tradition in my family with my cousins because we would do Thanksgiving together every year. My cousins on my dad's side.
Who were where?
In Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 kids in my family, 8 kids in their family. And, at the end, like towards the end of the evening, we'd start getting into the Christmas carols. And they would sing, Adeste Fidelis and we would sing O Come All You Faithful and we'd switch off verses.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a neat thing.
Because they were pre-Vatican II when the Mass was always in Latin.
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah. I think they had all taken Latin in school and none of us had taken Latin in school.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now there are 2 more songs that were published in that, William Sandys, book, that we haven't talked about. I Saw 3 Ships, which is the drinkingest of all of these, pre-1833.
Does it come from a drinking song?
The song was actually, it was a traditional song, and it would, based on where they were, they would change the lyrics around.
Which is Weird Al.
Yeah. So it was, I saw 3 ships come sailing in on, if you were on a coastal town. If you were inland, it was, I saw 3 horses riding in on, you know what I mean? Like, they would change.
Terrible.
Yeah. But it was codified in 1833 as I Saw 3 Ships.
But it did not start out as a Christmas song.
On Christmas Day. Yeah, it was a Christmas song.
Well, so first it was a Christmas song, then people would change it.
The lyrics that they would change,
to.
The lyrics they would change were not about the Christmas part of it.
Was
they were about the geographical changes.
Understood.
Come here.
Understood.
Yeah.
I still think it sucks.
I couldn't even remember what it was. I couldn't remember which one it was. I was mixing it up with,
We Three Kings?
No, the unto you, a wassail, the wassail song. Yeah.
Which we will get to.
Well, we'll get to that.
I
will go.
You better
waiting.
shut your mouth.
The final one from, William Sandys, published originally 1833, Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
I think that's a good one.
I put that up there with O Come All You Faithful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they seem like sister
Yeah.
songs.
Are they often combined in a medley? Am I thinking of that correctly? Or did Perry Como do that? I feel like there is a version.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. That son of a
bastard.
Am I right?
That sounds like a Como operation to me.
What a minx.
Hark the Herald Angels Sing, a pedigreed song as well, written by Felix Mendelssohn, the music by Mendelssohn. And the words by Charles Wesley of like Wesleyan, that famous
of the Ohio Wesleyans.
Yeah.
Pardon me, all to Christmas.
So
that's a pretty great one.
That's a pretty great one. So of those, it seems like Hark the Herald Angels Sing and O Come All You Faithful are our favorites. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Some of the other while we are talking about older songs, let's look down here and talk about Silent Night. That was, as you pointed out, Hal, 1818. The story of Silent Night is a great, like the mythology of that. Mm-hmm. Broken church, tiny town, needs music on Christmas Eve. They get a guitar and, write this melody out, and it becomes this instant classic and is spread to churches throughout Europe.
The original lyrics, scrambled eggs.
That's why the priest woke up from a dream.
Scrambled eggs.
I love your legs.
I like that the whole church got credit for it, even though it was Paul's song.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Silent Night?
I love Silent Night.
Yeah.
I think it is unimpeachable as a Christmas song.
Mm-hmm.
If you can throw in the German version there too,
Stille
more power
Nacht.
to you. Stille Nacht.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's terrific.
Yeah.
It's everybody can sing it, and it's really great. When I was in high school, when I was in a barbershop quartet in high school.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
I want you to picture this. Not only was there, but was I in the barbershop
were you guys
quartet?
doing cool songs? For the longest time.
No. we were traditional. We weren't doing the cool songs. We were doing old. We wore the striped vests and everything.
Oh, in the middle of the night.
Or were you one of those dorks singing to Lida Rose?
That's it. That's me.
Is that what, was it those songs?
It was songs like that. It was like,
what was like the big hit where for you personally it was like, oh, I can't wait till we get to this one?
that was the barbershop version of Silent Night. And I was the one in the quartet, by the way, that was always pushing the other three, like, let's sing. Do you guys want to go sing somewhere? Let's sing. Cause I love harmonizing so much.
Yeah.
That being able to do it with three other people and get like tight harmonies together. The version of Silent Night is so good that,
Do you still remember your part?
I was, probably. I probably could remember it.
Yeah. The muscle memory of stuff like that is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you get it drilled into you so much from the choir director that you better know every bit of that. I still remember all of the songs that we, like, in looking at this, some of the songs that popped up of the really old ones, like the Boar's Head Carol. I was like, I remember the Boar's Head Carol, but I don't remember the melody to it. All I remember was, the boar's head and handberry bedecked with bays and rosemary. But like, that's not the melody. That's just the bass part.
A weird earworm I have in my head from high school is singing in the chorus of I Got the Sun in the Morning and the Moon at Night from Annie Get Your Gun.
Sure.
And it's this tiny part.
Oh, God.
Sun, morning, and moon night.
Well, look, if you want to distill it down.
If I had to jump back in, I'd be ready to go.
I remember a Hanukkah song, the one Hanukkah song that was on the program at our school, which was called David Danced. For that 1 year. And the only part of it I remember is, David danced before the Lord. David danced with all his might. I do not remember any dancing as part of the Hanukkah story at all.
There's a fantastic performer named Natalie Walker in New York that I just met for the first time recently, but I became acquainted with her through her videos on Twitter, where she posts like, I auditioned for this part of like the wife of the guy who solves racism, that kind of thing. They're really, really funny. All these movie tropes and everything. And she posted, I think a couple of years ago, she posted, the alto part of All I Want for Christmas Is You. The part you remember from when she sang it in high school. And it's just that part. Then somebody who had seen the video, they got a group of kids together to sing that. Just the alto part.
Just the alto part?
It's tremendous. It's tremendous.
Oh, that's so good.
N Walks on Twitter. Go check out her Twitter feed.
N Walks.
N Walks. NWALKS. You will find it there.
So good.
All right, let's move on a little bit into the mid-19th century now.
Traveling into the future.
Right. We're gonna make our first pit stop.
Indoor
is going
toilets.
to be at an indoor toilet, and then once everybody's gone,
2 less diseases.
A light bulb.
A light bulb.
We're gonna move on
The
now.
anti-Semitic car has been invented.
Jesus. We're going to go to a small French town in 1847. And in this small French town, a secular poet and wine merchant named Capot is approached because of his poetry skills and is asked to write a new Christmas song for the town. While not a religious man, he acquiesces, and this small town outside Avignon, France, becomes the hometown of the Christmas carol, O Holy Night. One of the... the thing is, it's so hard to sing.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't know if it's a great song for caroling because it's so difficult.
Here's the thing.
But it's beautiful.
It's admittedly not a great song for caroling. But it is my favorite Christmas song.
Sure.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
The drama, it gets me every time.
Yeah.
Every single time. Every time. I regret to say, I do not believe it is a good caroling song.
Oh, but it's such a great song. But you need,
it is.
You know what you need? You need a Celine Dion or a Miss Piggy or someone singing it.
Yeah, either of those.
Preferably a duet.
Right. Celine Dion and Miss Piggy.
Are they not the same person?
Oh, ever seen them in the same room at the same
I don't
time?
know that I have. Have we ever seen them together?
Celine Dion is Miss Piggy's Tony Clifton. Miss Piggy dresses us
Do you remember that
as a
time?
French Canadian.
Remember that time Miss Piggy had it in her contract that Celine Dion had to be on an episode of The Muppet Show?
Yeah.
This is to make people think that Celine Dion is still alive.
Oh my God.
Oh, it pains me to cross off "Oh Holy Night."
I know.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
It's so good.
While we're in the 1840s, let's jump 1 year later. It's a good time, 1847 to 49.
It was a great time.
Let's go to
best. The
1848.
Just as the people of Red Dead Redemption.
Right. 1848. The music was written based on Handel's Messiah for a 1719 poem, Joy to the World. Joy to the World was our closer every Christmas.
Oh, it's a banger.
Yeah.
It is.
Joy to the World is great. It's also, it's such a great Christmas song. It's about what Christmas is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's cutting right to the chase.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. The birth of Christ, joy to the world. The Savior has come.
Yeah.
It's great. And then you have the call and response, the heaven and nature sing, all that stuff. It's a
Oh,
great.
I love that.
It's
and
so
heaven
good.
and nature, sing, and nature, and heaven and nature,
Heaven and nature, sing.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And you don't
Great
have to have
for
a great
harmonies.
voice to sing it.
No.
People are going to have different parts, but they don't have to be like super great at harmonies. They just have to have a little sense of timing. It's a great song.
Yeah, that one seems like it gets a bye to the finals. Clearly.
100%.
All right. So 1 year later, 1849, written by a Unitarian minister in response to the Mexican-American War. Not once does it mention the birth of Jesus or Bethlehem. It was the first religious Christmas song to not focus on that and just focus on angels and on a quiet, calm, because it was written in response to the end of the Mexican-American War. And that is, it came upon a midnight clear.
Oh, I've never really paid attention to the words of "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear."
No.
It's basically just angels showing up and glorifying a quiet night.
We already have Silent Night, though. How much quieter
Right.
can it
Yeah.
get?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Unitarians.
Yeah.
James K. Polk is very happy that I just crossed that one off.
That song feels
Take
like it's
that
for...
piece in opposition to Manifest Destiny.
It's definitely a song for Sopranos. It feels like.
It came upon a midnight clear.
No, yeah, for Tony Soprano.
Right?
Yeah.
Good mashup.
Got myself the Lord.
This is one that wasn't written in exactly 1850, but was attributed around the time. And this, I think, is a contender for best caroling song. Is Here We Come A-Wassailing. That song is a joyful mess. It changes time signatures for the chorus. Da-dun, 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 and then it gets to the chorus. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It just completely jumps from cut time to straight time.
I think that's why I don't like it.
Really? Yeah. It's that weird jump.
I think it's also it's so focused on actual Christmas caroling that it makes me mad.
That it's so on the nose.
Yeah. It's like, hey, it's us. We're here.
I will read you some of the lyrics that you never hear.
What if this was the carol?
Of course.
It's a carol
Yeah.
about caroling.
It is the most meta carol.
What?
But I mean, we're not daily beggars that beg from door to door. We are neighbors' children whom you have seen before.
I hate that.
Right?
I hate that. I hate that so much.
But then as it goes later on, you get call up the butler of this house, put on his golden ring, let him bring us a glass of beer, and better we shall sing. We've got a little purse of stretching leather skin. We want a little of your money to line it well within. Like
so
it
it's
is
a bunch of drunks.
like this.
They want
Yeah.
alcohol. They want money.
which is what
They're
caroling,
going to
which is
rob
what
you.
caroling began as in the secular Christmas.
It's extortion.
yeah, it's extortion.
It's
racketeering.
We won't go until we get some.
Yeah.
I don't like this attitude. I don't like it in songs. And if a group of people showed up with that nonsense at my door, this house is protected by Smith & Wesson.
Stand your ground, Paul.
Stand your ground. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I don't like the meta songs. I don't like the meta carols that are
Okay.
about caroling.
What about a couple of years later, the St. Stephen's Day carol, Good King Wenceslas? Comes later in it's not exactly a Christmas carol, it's a St. Stephen's Day carol,
It
Yeah.
usually
which is
goes
one of the
into-
12 days.
That's the one that goes into Gloria. The glory.
No, that is Angels We Have Heard on High.
Damn it.
It could though.
But it could.
It's you could easily mash that up.
On the wondrous even, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even, brightly shone, in Excelsis Deo.
And we're crossing that off. What about Angels We Have Heard on High? While we're talking about it.
What about him?
The Gloria is fun. It feels more like a church choir song than a caroling song.
It does. It does. Although, I don't know, it's a little too churchy.
It's not as fun.
Yeah, it's not as
fun.
I think it should be fun to sing rather than feel like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't feel too pious.
Do you know what else? I think there's not enough going on for it to be a carol.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has the verse and it has the Gloria chorus, but it doesn't have enough. I don't know. A lot of these songs that we like have like a lot of peaks and valleys to them.
Right.
And a lot of change ups and everything. And
that's the fun. Yeah. Not as much, not too much like that, Here We Come a Wassailing.
Boy, oh boy. It turns into reggae at one point.
How about this one written, that same year of 1862? If you want something that is not too churchy and a great caroling song, and this one I think is definitely a contender. It was actually an old Welsh New Year's carol called Nos Galan that spread in the 18th century. But in 1862, it was given English lyrics by Thomas Oliphant and became the song Deck the Halls. That is the fa la 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 la. The fact that 'Tis the Season is written on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that song is ubiquitous at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
There's a reason that I think it's become so, crazily associated with, like, it's such a Christmas song. It's such a Christmas song. And the phrase Deck the Halls, it doesn't get much more Christmassy than that.
No. It is the Christmassiest of Christmas songs. But rivaled by a song that came 5 years earlier, or was originally published 5 years earlier in 1857, written by James Lord Pierpont in Boston. The song, originally titled The One Horse Open Sleigh, was originally also considered a Thanksgiving song. Never mentioned Christmas. Yeah. But between 1860 and 1880,
Christmas got invented.
Christmas got invented. It became a big time Christmas song. That is, of course, Jingle Bells.
Yeah. Jingle Bells, I think, sucks. I think it's for kids.
Do you think it's one of those
I think it's for kids. I think it's totally, it's up there with Frosty and Rudolph. It's a song for kids.
Mm-hmm. When it first came out, it was too risque for kids to sing because it was.
Fanny Bryce is in there.
Fanny Bryce's, they got upsot.
Oh my God, they got upsot in that
They were upsot when the horse couldn't handle his business.
It's a Thanksgiving song.
But it's gotta be. It was created as a Thanksgiving song.
Exactly.
But it's not
how can we eliminate?
Here's why.
All right.
You don't want to hear people sing Jingle Bells. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, of all the Christmas songs that there are, that a group of people could show up to your door singing, Jingle Bells? It's just not, it can't compete.
Yeah.
It's not particularly interesting to listen to. I think vocally it's not interesting to listen to. I think it works better as an instrumental. I think it really thrives as a small quote in other Christmas songs.
Oh, wow.
When you want to like wind down your Christmas song, you're like, let's throw a little Jingle Bells in there. And then people will know it's over.
In any movie or television show where there are carolers, whenever they start singing, Jingle Bells, that's usually when you cut away and you can only hear them in the distance. They're like,
That's
Jingle
great.
Bell, and then it's another thing.
Very specific.
All right.
It's very specific. But it
I'm
happens all
crossing
the time.
Jingle Bells off. I think.
Thank you.
I will point out also the first Christmas song ever recorded. Will Lyle played it solo on a banjo in 1889 on a wax cylinder for Edison.
Didn't think it could get worse, but
all right, let's jump. Now here we go. All right,
Do you want to take a quick break?
Let's take a quick break. We're into the 1860s.
we doing a QB?
Yeah, QB.
Okay.
Here we go.
If you're looking for a new comedy podcast, why not try the Beef and Dairy Network? It won Best Comedy at the British Podcast Awards in 2017 and 2018. Also, ILO.
There were no horses in this country until the mid to late 60s.
Specialist bovine arse vet.
Both of his eyes are squid's eyes.
Yogurt buffet. She was married to a bacon farmer who saved her life.
Farm-raised snow leopard.
Download it today. That's the Beef and Dairy Network podcast from MaximumFun.org. Also, maybe start at episode 1, or weirdly, episode 36, which for some reason requires no knowledge of the rest of the show.
Hey gang, this is Jesse, and I am joined by Bikram, the managing director of Maximum Fun.
Hi everyone.
So we have some really amazing news to close out 2018. After this spring's pledge drive, we gave members the chance to buy enamel pins with the full profits of those sales going to the National Immigration Law Center.
This is a tough time to be an immigrant in the United States. As individuals, as a company, and as a community, we wanted to help provide resources for immigrants in the face of these attacks.
We're proud to live in a nation of immigrants, and many of us here at Max Fun are immigrants or the children of immigrants ourselves.
Together, we raised over $100,000.
NILC will put that money to good use, providing legal representation to immigrants and their families who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford it.
We are so proud of our community for making such an immense difference in so many lives.
And whether you bought pins or not, you can help the NILC advocate for immigrants right now. All you have to do is go to MaximumFun.org/NILC. That's MaximumFun.org/NILC.
Our thanks go to all of you who made this possible.
Great work, everybody, and happy holidays from all of us at Max Fun.
We're back.
All right, we're back. There's a couple on here that I want to have side by side, specifically for you guys. But before I get to that, there are two songs that
double fake out.
Right, double fake out. There are a couple of songs that are those kids' Christmas songs, but I wanted to give a shout out to, mainly because Benjamin Hanby, the writer of these two Christmas songs, guy's got two Christmas hits, and his house was on the Underground Railroad.
But before that,
which is awesome.
We're gonna go check in.
Stop. And that is, so mad shout out to Up on the Housetop and Jolly Old St. Nicholas.
Sure.
Right? Up on the Housetop that is part of the Underground Railroad. Those are not going to win, but.
Do you think it's coded? Do you think there's like code in that song?
Ooh,
that's gotta
maybe.
To people helping the slaves escape?
Yeah. Up on the housetop, reindeer, pause at our house for a couple of nights.
Yeah. Isn't there also a quick?
Click, click, click.
Quick, yeah.
Click, click, click.
Down through the chimney with old Saint Nick.
Well, yeah, up on the housetop, click, click, click.
Click, click, click.
Yeah.
Down.
That's
what
the
does
sound of him loading
click,
his
click,
gun.
click mean?
Well, there's people with guns.
Yeah.
Sure.
You have to be careful.
Yeah. Click, click, click. Guys,
Beware.
come on. Down through the chimney.
It's 3 clicks.
Yeah.
3 clicks to my house.
That's also how they train.
How long is a click?
Oh, you know, it's like, as the crow flies.
Let's take a look now at two songs from your great state. We Three Kings of Orient are written by an Episcopal bishop in rural Pennsylvania in 1863 and written in Philadelphia, which makes me think that in 1868, this Episcopal priest who wrote this song actually referred to it as "Oh, little town of Bethlehem."
Oh, little town of Bethlehem.
Oh, you little town.
You little steel town.
We love you so much.
Remember when they made steel for Jesus?
Come here, little baby, get on his girder.
Yo, I'm a wise man from the East. Did you just want some rebar?
I thought I'd just give those songs, but they're great songs. I just wanted to hear you guys do Philadelphia accents.
It's never hard to make out.
I did not know that as soon as I saw that "O Little Town of Bethlehem" was written in Pennsylvania, in Philly specifically, I got so excited about this tonight. Yeah.
And you know, there is a Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
There you go. That's the one he's talking about.
Of course.
"O Little Town of Bethlehem."
You know it.
The diner's really good was the original lyrics. And then around the same time in 1865 in England, even though it was only popular in the United States, "What Child Is This?" to the tune of Greensleeves, written by an English insurance office manager who got sick and was bedridden and wrote a bunch of hymns.
It does sound like a fever dream.
Yeah. What child is this?
I don't like that practice of just Weird Al-ing some songs where they would take a melody like, I'll just use that one and stick my own words in there. What are you? What?
That's what our national anthem was a drinking song.
It's bullshit.
Which actually, have you ever thought about our national anthem sung in swung time? It sounds like a drinking song. Now
I'm on board.
Right? Yeah, now I'm on board. I had a feeling. All right, we're coming into the home stretch because that was really the big period of time when most of these songs were written. We have 1904, Carol of the Bells. Probably not a great song for a
not for your average,
but a wonderful song for a choir.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so fun.
When I was in the church choir, we did it. It gave me chills every time.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. It's crazy. It's a weird, dark. I love those dark Christmas songs.
It's based on a Ukrainian folk song. So it is one of those Weird Al things where English Christmas lyrics were added to a spooky Ukrainian song.
At least they hardly wrote any words. Right. You know what? Out of respect, we're going to write 5 words to this song. Some of them are just noises.
Yeah. Ding, dong, ding, dong. And then, in 1895, I don't know which American wrote this, but an American wrote it and then attributed it to Martin Luther.
That's nice.
The song Away in a Manger. It's not, look, if you're going to go with a slow one, it's Silent Night.
It's a church
exactly,
song,
yes.
Right. It's way more of a church song, I think, Away in a Manger.
Let me ask you this. What do you think of as the standard set for carolers? Like how many songs? If somebody shows up to your doorstep and they're going to sing, how many songs are they doing?
I mean, 5 at most.
I would say 5 is a lot.
5 is a lot, right?
I was going to say 3. I was going to, if carolers show up at a door and they're doing door-to-door caroling, I'd say 1 song, and if a family's super into it, an encore.
Right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right?
That sounds about right.
Boy, I would be a terrible caroler. I'd be like, all right, we're going to take a quick break. Use your bathroom, and then we'll be back out here with some stuff for the kids.
Jeez. Enjoy your desserts.
Yeah.
And this, I just wanted to put it on here. I know it because it always felt like a carol to me. Mm-hmm. I did not realize how recent a song it was, but it's not an old song. It was actually written in protest of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah. Is the song "Do You Hear What I Hear"?
When they,
do you know what? Yeah, sorry.
Oh, so I was going to say when they mentioned the star through the night with the tail as long as a kite, they're talking about a missile.
Oh,
There's
wow.
also a missile. It's a star, but it could be a missile.
Christ.
Yeah.
I never knew that, and it makes so much sense because now when I think about it, I've never heard a version of it. It sounds very much of its time. Mm-hmm. It sounds very much of its time.
Like a Ray Conniff kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever that most
a little
famous
bit mod.
version is. Yeah. For some reason I always think of Robert Goulet.
It's Bing Crosby has the earliest version is Bing Crosby.
Really? Is it Bing Crosby? Okay. I mean, it's
the night. That one? Yeah, that's Bing.
I like it.
I like it too.
It's a song that I forget about, and then if I hear it in a store or something, I'm like, oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on with it. It's really, it's got a lot to like about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it works as a caroling song. But thank you for including it, Mark.
Of course. It was my pleasure. One that, I've been writing on here and skipped past, and I did not mean to skip past. Because it is one of my favorites. It is, from around 1865. It is a African-American spiritual, and that is Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Yeah.
Go Tell It on the Mountain is a fun caroling song.
Yes.
I hate as a white dude to be like, this song's really fun that slaves wrote.
Right.
Great song, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sing it in my neighborhood.
Go Tell It on the Mountain is a wonderful song. I don't know if we put it in our, we now have 6 songs that are in our set. Would you guys have the same thing? I've got Deck the Halls, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. It came upon, do we have It Came Upon a Midnight Clear? No. Not that. Oh, no. I gave a preemptive star to Jingle Bells.
No.
And then I crossed it out. So
wow.
I've got Deck the Halls, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Joy to the World,
Oh Come All Ye Faithful.
Come All Ye Faithful, and Silent Night.
That's what I have. Yeah.
Yep.
Does that sound like a
Al? Yes.
Yes. I agree. Okay.
So shall we go around and eliminate them one at a time?
That seems only fair.
That seems like the fair way to do it. It is tough. We've given them all due credit, I think.
We have.
You start first, and then we'll just go in a circle.
Okay. I'm going to say This is maybe surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Silent Night, I'm going to knock out first.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, Silent Night is a song that I think is, it's almost unfair to sing it for people that can't participate in it. It's such a group song.
Yeah.
It's such a song that everyone sings together, and that is its power, that to be the group of carolers, of course, it's fun for you to sing that song, but to have someone have to just stand there and not be able to participate, ostensibly. I mean, look, I don't know what the rules of caroling are.
That's what I was going to ask about.
But it does seem like the idea is we are here for your entertainment. You will give us a little something or whatever.
Like in the old days had carolers who were going begging for food. If
Yeah.
the rich merchant just started singing with them, it was like, well, that was fun.
Like,
Slam.
I guess this guy doesn't need us. He outsmarted us. He's like, I can sing too.
Yeah, if you're a caroler though,
Man, you didn't see that coming.
no, give me your money. You start at zero now.
You give me that crust of bread.
Give it to me. Is there like a rule if you're caroling? Can you be like silent? Shut up. Holy, this is a good part.
We got
You're
it.
not in this. You're not playing this. Yeah.
It's taken care of.
Yeah, Silent Night feels like Silent Night's perfect setting to me is the quiet part of a vigil mass.
Yeah.
Maybe not caroling in the street.
Yeah, because it doesn't have a lot of peaks and valleys, and I think it really is. It's such a communal experience that it doesn't work. To me, it doesn't work as well as some of these others as a sort of audience and performer vibe.
All right, Hal, you want to eliminate one
It's
next?
hard for me to say, guys.
I am going to eliminate. Oh boy, this is. I'm going to eliminate. "O Come All Ye Faithful." Much as I enjoy it,
Yeah.
it just there are other songs here that I think are better suited
Totally agree.
for caroling.
We now have 3 left. It falls to me to eliminate one of them. And of the 3, Deck the Halls, Joy to the World, and Hark the Herald Angels Sing, there's clearly a bronze medalist in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to eliminate Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And Paul, it falls to you to choose between Joy to the World and Deck the Halls. Do you like your Christmas secular or churchy?
Man. If it comes down to it, for pure dynamics and staying on message, I got to eliminate Deck the Halls and stick with Joy to the World.
All right.
Because it also, everything, it's about Christmas. Everyone can sing it. It does have that call and response part. There's some dynamics to it that you can throw in there if you're so inclined. And Deck the Halls, I feel like it's fun, but it's not, it just doesn't have the same effect as Joy to the World.
Joy to the World feels like the grand finale of Christmas.
Yeah.
It feels like the moment that Christmas happens.
Yeah. And the lyrics are insane. Like they're incredibly powerful. Like they're he rules the world with it's like, it's nuts. It's nuts. Like they're not making any bones about it. Like this guy that was born is the son of God. Here's what he's going to do. Yeah.
It is his wrestling entrance music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
There we go.
There it is.
We did it.
Hal, if you will.
People of the world, the Lord has come. Right? Did I get that right? I don't remember the lyrics to any
People
song.
of the world,
The Lord is come. Let all aboard the love train.
That's it. That's the greatest song.
That's it.
This is the best song you'll ever hear. Caroled at you.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie.
We miss you. Hey, you need some more steel products? We got some sheeting for you. Listen,
I have nothing to bring you but a humble Wawa shorty.
I use touchscreen to order it. I didn't have to deal with nobody or anything.
I come from the east to bring you Rita's water ice.
The pretzel's in the shape of an 8.
The worst pretzel shape.
Folks.
What are you kidding me? Oh.
See?
This is a whole other episode.
We already did this
best pretzel
episode.
shape. And this guy.
All right, finish your...
Immediately. No, we're
I can only
we're
think
getting
of
into
two.
this.
Well, are you talking like rods and stuff like that?
Yeah,
I guess I can listen to the
everything.
episode.
Yeah, listen to the episode.
Don't bother. He comes out and he's like, it's clearly pretzel shaped.
It is.
30
The
seconds
best pretzel shape is pretzel shape.
And then,
I mean, it's got the name.
It has the name
in it.
When you play Pac-Man, they don't show you a little 8.
Then it turned into us spiting one another, just eliminating, like, we get to the list of like, oh, I'm eliminating pretzel shape.
Yeah.
Jerk.
So Hal eliminated pretzel shape out of spite.
Yeah.
Right.
So I eliminated the 8 and Rod won.
And guess what?
Sad.
Yeah, it was the worst.
very
It was our
sad.
worst episode. Thanks for bringing it up, you clowns. Finish this one.
If you,
Hal, come back. Hal, come
pretzel
back.
rod is pretty good, actually. I do like the pretzel.
Yeah, they're dunkable. They're
It makes
dunkable.
sense.
Yeah.
It makes
It
sense.
does. See? Mark?
All right.
If somebody knocks on your door and they start caroling and they don't sing Joy to the World, you shut the door in their faces.
Yeah.
And be like, you have failed, and then close the door on them.
Should it be door open, boom, they're into it?
Oh, that is
Yes.
it's a strong open.
Yeah.
It's a
Now, do you mean just in general, like door open? Should they say hello, we're carolers, and then start a thing? Or are you saying
Hey, when the caroler
door open and joy to the world?
I think door open, joy to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there should be. By the way, if you're going to do this, what are you doing giving any kind of preamble? Like, hi, how are you?
We're carolers.
Hey,
I know.
Is it okay if we sing to you? Of course, the answer is no. So you gotta be going. You gotta be in the saddle as soon as that door opens.
You already have to have merged onto that freeway. You don't
Yeah.
ask, you just wave once you're there.
You have to knock, take a breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say actually take a breath, then knock.
I would take a breath. I would do pitch pipe. Everybody, and then immediately, so that when the door opens, you're joy to the world.
To the world, the Lord is come.
What do you think of this program? You start with Joy to the World, then you go to Deck the Halls, and then you finish with Silent Night. So there's something to think of. Something.
I think
like
your set's only
let
2
him
songs
down.
long max.
And then you take a break, and then you go into
It's all taking a
the long program.
Yeah. I think you just do Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time over and over again.
You know, I would like tease the neighbor's house and say, we're going to go over there and sing some song we don't care about over there. And we're going to come back over here, finish it up. You give him a taste.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
We're going to do Grandma's Got Run Over by a Reindeer, which the carolers of the Tam have done.
Really?
Oh.
In full Dickensian garb?
Yes, and they blame it on this, Mark, exactly.
What?
Exactly. And then they blame it on the person who requested it. It's like, we didn't want to do this, but Ed said we... Why, just say you don't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one wants to hear that song.
There's this Society for Creative Anachronism,
Yeah.
and then there's just the Society for Incorrect.
It's like, yeah, you're doing like Nat King Cole stuff.
Yeah.
This is already stretched to the limit.
Yeah.
Don't do Elmo and
Now, if they do Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer and they all pulled out their recorders and started playing it, that I would be down for.
Why would they lie and say they asked us to do? It's in the binder.
Yeah.
It's locked and loaded.
Well, they know it.
Sure, of course.
Yes.
We know it.
We wouldn't sing this. We wouldn't know this song except somebody requested
Yeah.
it, so now we know it.
It's like, hey, I got a sprig of holly in my hat.
Yeah.
You want me to sing Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer? I'm trying to do a thing.
Yeah. What do you think this is?
Yeah.
Tell me what I am to you.
Yeah. I'm wearing a lot of layers indoors.
Do you know there are 3 vests under here?
Yeah.
You don't have on a waistcoat?
Yeah. Wait for the group that shows up with overalls. I'm sure they'll be happy to honor your request.
Hey, we're Roy Clark's holiday singers.
Oh, don't drag Roy Clark into this.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Roy.
R.I.P.
I'm sorry.
Paul F. Tompkins, thank you for being here with us.
Guys, thank you for having
This
me.
was a
Congratulations on 200 episodes.
Thank you very
That is
much.
no mean feat. I'm so thrilled that this show has lasted as long as it has, that people are enjoying it. I remember when you were starting the show, when it was just a gleam in your eyeballs. And I'm thrilled to have been a guest on a few occasions now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Is there anything that you would like to let our listening audience know about, where they can find you, what to look for?
Well, I'll tell you what, a little thing called Work Juice Improv happens starting in January.
Oh, yeah.
The last Wednesday. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Last
yes.
Wednesday.
Last
Work Choose
Wednesday of every
Wednesdays,
month.
yeah.
Work Choose Wednesdays. Last Wednesday of every month at Dynasty Typewriter at the Hayworth. We are thrilled to be getting together on a regular basis to see each other and do some improv for you. So do check that out. You can find out all my live dates, including those on paulftompkins.com/live. And that's all I got to say.
Well, thank you. And then all we have left to say is thank you, the thank yous. So this topic is closed. Many more topics to discuss. Reach out to us on Twitter. We Got This tweets. Check out the Maximum Fun subreddit, or
you can email us at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com, or go to the Facebook group, facebook.com/.
Probably
groups.
like 4 topics though, right? 4 topics?
4 topics?
Left.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost
204
done
is
with
it.
topics.
Thank you, Cuckoo.
Thank you, Cuckoo.
Thank you, Cuckoo.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta let it play.
You gotta
Sure.
let it go.
So majestic.
Yeah.
That's a lot of clock for that bird.
He bows. She, he, I'm embarrassed now.
We don't know.
Oh.
We don't even know that
Can't get
bird's
close
name.
You don't even know its name. You don't know if it's a boy or a girl. It happens
All it
sometimes.
says is cuckoo.
Hey, I never caught your name.
And then just ducks back right in.
Gone.
Wow.
That can't be a coincidence.
No. I've made a huge mistake in your home, and I apologize for that. You're going to have to deal with that, not me. I'm about to leave. But, jeez.
Yeah.
Thank you. We really appreciate you coming on the show, by the way.
It's
It
my
really-
guys.
it means
It's
a lot.
my
I know we
pleasure.
thank you already, but it's so
No.
nice.
Are we still rolling?
Yes. It's still going. It hasn't stopped.
Wait, I have something for you guys.
What?
Yeah. Shut the up.
Where's he going? He's going into another room.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul F. Tompkins is
We got
On the
our
move.
logo, our Work Juice Improv.
We
logo.
did.
Oh, we did?
Oh, this is exciting.
Here you each get a sticker, a magnet, and a pin.
Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is great.
Work Juice Ingprod.
It turned out really good,
It turned
right?
out it turned out beautiful. Ingprod.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. That's very good.
Absolutely.
Jeez. Oh, it was facebook.com/groups/We Got This Podcast. Thank you to producer Ken Flume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thank you to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thank you to you, our listeners, for letting us knock on your door, take a big, deep breath in. Create a show that's hers and hers and his. Three's Company at Paul's house.
We wouldn't be doing 200 episodes if it wasn't for people listening to it.
Amen. So,
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
If nobody downloaded it, we'd be done.
thank you for listening for 200 episodes.
This would be cooked.
For Hal Loveland, I'm Mark Agliardi.
For Mark Agliardi, I'm Hal Loveland. Don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture. Artist owned.
Listener supported.